Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato, and this is Synergy. Synergy is a stylized survival city builder set on a brutal and arid world. Let's jump into things and see what we have got in store. Now, as I do jump into this, I should point out that this is a sponsored video by the publishers Goblins. So thank you very much for sponsoring this video. We're specifically going to be having a little look at the 0.4 update, which, as of today, is live on the Steam page. Yeah, you can go check it out. It's live. It's dropped. It's happening. You can also check out, link down in the description. The game is available at 30% off on Steam. Okay, without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of sort of stats going on at the top of the screen. Let's not pay attention to that for now. Let's immediately jump into our objectives. And we've got to build a field lab, a founder square, a rustic tent, and a cellar. Right. What does that mean? What are we going to do with it? Well, first things first, we're going to build this field lab. Now, the field lab is probably the most important building in this game because it allows us to explore all of the interesting and various sort of unique elements and mechanics of the world. So, as you can see, we got a whole bunch of different plants, and we're going to be exploring all of these different plants, or should I say researching all of the different plants, by doing some little investigations in the field laboratory. We should also build the Founders Square. So the Founders Square is a brand new mechanic in this version of the game, and effectively the Founders Square can be upgraded into various different types of advanced squares and now form what is called a district. So we'll chat about districts as we go. We're also going to assign some workers to work in the field laboratory here, and we're going to queue up some surface analysis. So this is very, very cool because at the moment, if we click on any of the trees or plants or anything really that is around, we can see that there are various sort of little icons over here, and effectively these are little icons that my people can undertake. So for example, we can use the rip out function, which is going to allow me just to rip the tree out of the ground and get rid of it. Alternatively though, there is a picking action, and if we are able to use a specific building to pick something from the tree, then we might just get a little something special. So that's what the field lab is all about. It's all about discovering the way that the world works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a investigation for five investigations. We've queued up the max number that we possibly can. And I've effectively researched all of the plants that are around here, or all of the species of plants around here. Right, we want to build 5 rustic tents as well, and we are going to have to build these rustic tents around a cellar. So a cellar is the sort of food distribution hub. Let's get this all connected in here. Sure, connect up to there. Brilliant. We want to have walkways. It's not necessarily absolutely essential, but it's kind of a good thing to do. I should also try and like build with distance between pretty much everything. Right, so the cellar is going to be the sort of distribution hub for all of my tents. Now we can only get yeah, it's fine. Let's build this way. We can only get a couple of tents at the moment. That'll do. We can only get a couple of tents at the moment. That's fine. Ideally, we want them all to be within the sort of Founders Square district. We can improve the district, as I've sort of said, and we can evolve it into a different district to fulfill various criteria, but we don't need to worry about that right now. Either way, we're going to get our tents. We've got a population of 10, and we have got 8 people at work and 2 people that are doing other tasks. So citizens that are not at work will effectively move resources around, which is kind of great. Now, we're going to get 2 adults and 3 kids joining the city. That is fine, and that is going to lead us straight on into the water production little sort of mission over here. So water production can be dealt with fairly simply. I think we'll probably do it over in this vicinity if we jump on over to the water tab. First things first, we need to build a pontoon, which I can do, and then we're going to build a purification basin. In fact, I think we actually want to build 2 purification basins. We'll build 2 purification basins right there. Build that down over here. And then we will build a water storage tower right over here. So effectively, we want to try and get as many sort of tents in this area as possible. Okay, so let's go into 4 times speed and get this all built because there's really not that much to worry about in the meantime. Ooh, with the exception of the fact that all of my field labs, or my field lab has come back with all of its experiments, their surface analysis. So let's have a little look. What does this give us? Well, this gives us a whole bunch of information about all of the different plants. So that straw tree that I was chatting about earlier, if we rip it out, we are going to get tree trunks, and if we are able to pick the fruit, then we are going to get, or if we pick whatever is on it, we're going to get sour pods, which is quite good to note. Giant fungus, if we rip it out, we're going to get mushrooms, but that's not necessarily too much of a problem because this is an invasive species and it grows back, so ripping it out is pretty good. A whipping gourd, if we rip it out, we get clean water. If we pick it, it wounds our pickers, and if we trim it, then we get lianas. Okay, a riverbank finger gives us seeds, and if we trim it, it kills it. That's fine. Petrified giant, if we rip it, it gives us rocks. If we trim it, it gives us rocks. If we pick it, it gives us mushrooms. Very, very cool. So there's a whole bunch of different sort of things that we can do to each and every one of these plants. And what I think I want to do initially is get this bad boy down. Now, this is the picker's cabin, and this is going to do exactly what you might expect it's going to do. Okay, Picker's cabin is built. We've also got the pontoon built. I've filled in a few workers. I've also assigned some workers to the purification basin. This is a very simple production line. We're effectively going to take toxic water from this very toxic looking pond, put it into the pontoon, or sorry, into the purification basins, and that's going to turn it from toxic water into normal water, and then the normal water is going to be stored in the water tower. However, we actually need more bark in order to build this water tower, so maybe let's continue with our investigations and see if we can try and get a plant that gives us bark. There we go. What else have we got? Anything else to discover in the world? Looks like there... Oh, yep. Looks like there is. As new buildings become available, as we get new actions that we can undertake, then we are going to... Ooh, fantastic. We are going to be able to do more surface analysis. But for now, we can only do a certain amount. I'm also going to access this area by road. Yeah, I think that's decent. I mean, it looks pretty horrific, but that's fine. Right, collect 40 clean water, which we are in the process of doing. We're in the process of turning 20 toxic water into 20 clean water. And also, we need to get 40 sour pods. Now, the way that this picker's cabin works is that we are able to set some actions. We're able to do 2 actions, specifically, picking and trimming. If we are to pick, or if we want to pick, we can select a certain area, and I'm going to select... I guess that area? Yeah, sure. We'll pick that, and then we'll also pick this. Sure. Okay, so that's set us 2 actions for this picker's hut. We can pick all of those sour pods off the trees. That's going to get us plenty, I think, of sour pods, which is great. This is going to feed into our foodstuffs here. So basic foodstuffs fill the citizens' hunger gauge from 20%. It's kind of to be expected. The more we're able to process our food, the better stuff we're able to make, the more satisfied my citizens are going to be. What have we got coming in? A cinder sprout. Oh, look, if we're able to pick, then we are going to get ourselves some bark. Nice. Okay, that's pretty good. We also get bark if we rip out this bad boy. That's fine. A hatted tree, if we rip out, we get tree trunks. That's not very useful or interesting. That is fine. Okay, so... bunch tree, we're still waiting for some research to be done on that. Cinder sprouts, yeah, I'm interested in picking the cinder sprouts, actually. So let's go and see if we can try and build a cabin over here. Yeah, I tell you what, let's build this over here for a very good reason. Nice. The water tower has yet to be built, but that's fine. We can get the picker cabin sorted first. Are we still getting the clean water done? Ah, yes. The reason that we can't do the clean water is because... or, well, we can do the clean water, but we can't store it where it needs to be stored. Because we're still waiting for the bark to be finished here. But that's okay. We can sort that out in due course. We're not necessarily in any rush. What have we got coming in? A cabbage shrub. Okay, this is going to give us some vegetables if we rip it out, vegetables if we trim it, or vegetables and rotten resources if we pick it. Okay, that's good to note. That is great to note. Right, let's go into 4 times speed. Let's get this done, and let's set up some picking of this bark. Yep. And let's also get some trimming of these. Thank you. Some trimming of these stone things, these petrified giants. Man, I love this. This is great. Okay, exploration missions available. The future of the community is available. We have got to check out the tech tree, but we'll get to that in just a second. How am I doing? There isn't enough housing to accommodate all your citizens. Is there not? Oh, that's true. Yeah, we've got 14 citizens. We've got 4 children now. That's a bit of a consideration. Let's get a brand new row of houses down over here. We want to make sure that everything is within the district and also within range of the cellar. Anything else? Orange Hydra tree. If we rip it out, we get that. If we rip out the bunch trees, we get soft fibers as well. Okay, let's actually rip out some of these bunch trees then. I need the resources. There's no point in sort of waiting around for the resources to happen. Let's also rip out these little things. These little things give us rocks, and I love me some rocks. That's great. Okay, more houses. Let's get the houses built. Let's bash through this. We've also got a bunch of missions here, so we need to build a research center. That's not going to be super challenging for us to do. However, we do need to research it. So we've got 2 missions that we have to get done, as indicated by these little yellow pips things here. We've got 10 science points, effectively collected 1 science point for each and every little surface analysis that we've done. I'm going to unlock this, boom, and I'm going to unlock that. Now, the research tech tree sort of like heads out around here. There are some like additional upgrades that we can get, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. It's sort of like, yeah, it branches from the center, but it heads up off one of the spokes to some of these other places. So there's quite a big research tech tree, even though it kind of like loops around in a circle there. Either way, next objective is dish preparation. We're absolutely going to need that, but we've unlocked a couple of different buildings with that. We've got the research center, which I am going to get built. That looks pretty good. And we've also got an explorer's hut, for which I need a whole bunch of bark, and I have got almost no bark. Oh, there's also some ruins around here. Ruins are sort of artifacts, allow us to get artifacts, which is quite nice. We can worry about that in a little bit. This water tower, by the way, we're going to set to only hold clean water. Wished for, let's say 100. We'll see if we can try and hold 100 clean water in that water tower, and that can be distributed, I hope, to all of these houses. Oh, yes, I've set a whole bunch of stuff to be collected. However, I realized that in my haste, I did not get myself a small warehouse. I'm going to build a small warehouse right over here. Okay, things are starting to happen. Beginning of the new cycle, we have gained a few children, which is very, very nice. However, the weather is going to start to change, and when the weather starts to change, the needs of my people change, and also the weather changes, which means that we're going to struggle with some things, but other things are going to become easier. Crop growth, for example. We also have to worry about the temperature in people's houses. In the hot zone, we're going to start in the hot seasons, we're going to start to see the temperature of houses increase. So either way, we got the explorer's hut being built. We've got a small warehouse being built. I need a few more bits of bark. I'm probably going to go and chop down a few more trees. I mean, we're harvesting these bad boys, but we could just, we could just destroy some other trees if I wanted to. The bunch tree, I'll keep a few of them. Anything else that I want to save / get rid of? I don't really want to destroy these cinder sprouts. They are invasive, though, so they will grow back. Oh, I should be having people work here. That's what we need. If people work here, then we're going to get them all harvested. I don't know why we wouldn't do that. Well, there we go. Tell you what I can do. Why don't I rip out you and you? Nice. Okay, that's probably going to get us almost enough bark. We definitely need that warehouse up and running. The tents are an added bonus. Right, okay, let's get all of this stuff done, and then let's chat about what this little objective is here. Okay, we're making good progress. Collecting science points is now happening automatically because of our research center. We no longer need to do scientific analysis, although we will continue to do surface analysis whenever we have sort of like a new building, and there will be more information that we can gather from plants. It's also worth noting that we can unlock a different type of research, which is going to be good, presumably give us more information in due course, which is fine. But most importantly, my small warehouse has been built, which is great. Allows me to store a whole bunch of stuff, especially like rocks, construction materials, that sort of stuff. And perhaps even more importantly than that, we've got ourselves an explorer's hut. And if we click on this button here, we can actually go and check out the entire world, and we can start sending some expeditions to some of these places. However, in order to do that, we're going to have to make some food, and food requires a simple dish, and a simple dish requires us to have a kitchen, which is very, very easy to unlock. Only going to cost me five science points to get. However, still a very, very important building. I'm going to immediately get it built, well, like here. Here feels pretty good. Excellent. Get it built as quickly as you'd like, video game. And then we'll be able to send our people out on expeditions. Now, whilst we're waiting for that to get built, let's have a little look at these four little meters up at the top here. We've got well-being, we've got social, we've got culture, and we've got knowledge. All of these effectively are measures of everybody's happiness, or satisfaction, I should say. Well-being's average value impacts on the following actions. So there is a sort of follow-through on what it means, but well-being represents the citizen's physical and mental comfort provided by elements like shade, vegetation, water holes, etc. We are interested in improving knowledge, so you obtain it through research, knowledge transmission, and skills development activities. It fosters an enlightened and expert society. Okay, very cool. Let's get ourselves some food cooked before we progress with the knowledge thing. What I'm interested in doing is making mushroom soup. It's going to cost me mushrooms and clean water in order to make. Thankfully, however, we have an absolute abundance of these massive sort of giant fungus plants. They are invasive, right? They are invasive and they are resilient. The invasive metric means that they are just going to constantly be springing up and growing. So we want to be chopping down the biggest, juiciest ones in order to get the biggest bang for our buck. However, if we need to use some, prematurely not mature ones, we can, because they are just flipping. They're just flipping everywhere. They really are. And they give us loads of mushrooms as well. Either way, this is going to allow us to get cooked meals. Cooked meals, gonna be fantastic. Can't wait. It's gonna be good. All right, beginning of a new cycle. It's the temperate season. 3 new children have arrived. That is great. Makes me very, very happy. Let's get an additional person in the research center. Let's get an additional person in the kitchen. And as soon as we have some more meals, or as soon as we have our first load of meals, we can send people on an adventure. Right, we've got a few meals now. This is great. It means that we can start sending our explorers out into the world. So this is our starting area. We've got 4 sort of like little mini objectives that we have here in our starting region, and then we've also got a bunch of other regions that we can sort of explore directly if we want to. I think we'll start sending 4 citizens, 4 simple dishes, 4 clean water, transportation capacity, duration of optional tasks, etc. We'll start the process of sending people out and about and see what that gives us. And yeah, that is good. Is there anything else that I want to get? I do need a little bit more knowledge. I mean, I could build another explorer's hut. That would get me across the line. I don't think there's anything else that I have that would give me extra knowledge. I mean, the Founders Square we could improve, but I need another person. We've got plenty of housing capacity at the moment. Okay, let's just give it a little time. Let's let our explorers get to where they need to get to. And then, there we go, we'll get a little notification. And we got a couple of different options. The party finds a well-traced path between 2 fields. Approaching the buildings there, they realize the crops are wasting away. Give the farmers some water. Sure. 20 simple dishes. Excellent. That's good. Okay, I'm going to send some more people out as soon as we possibly can. That is absolutely what we're after. Okay, still chasing towards the reaching the knowledge limit of 7. Done a few additional little bits and bobs on the expedition here. The camp has been explored. Okay, we've explored this camp over here now. We can actually continue to do trades with them if we want to. We send them this, we get this. We send them this, we get this. That's fine. We don't need to necessarily worry about it right now, but we'll continue to do a little bit of exploration as we go. We probably need to step up our research game a little bit here. There's lots and lots of different research that we can get done as part of this sort of tech tier here. What do I want? Arboriculture. It would be pretty good. It would allow us to unlock an arborist's workshop. Only costs 50 science points. I'm going to do it because it is going to allow me to effectively perform a different action. Let's build it over there. It's going to allow me to perform a different action on the plants. Which action is it? Yeah, it allows picking, pruning, and notching, which is very, very cool. Another expedition has reached the destination. Follow the stone, get the goods, head home. Excellent. Okay, so after that arborist's workshop is dealt with... Ooh, one of your districts is overpopulated. You must build new districts. I will build new districts. This is very, very interesting because districts are brand new. Okay, so a couple of different things that we need to bear in mind. First of all, we need to do some more surface analysis because now that we've got an additional action or an additional few actions, it is time to do some more surface analysis of the plants that we have already researched. We're going to do it again. There we go. Queue up 5. That's great. And it's time for us to build a brand new district, I think. Yeah. Where do I want to build a brand new district? Maybe up here? So we can build ourselves a new district. It is going to cost me... Where is it? There we go. It is going to cost me something fierce, but it's fine. We'll get it done. I'm also going to improve this one. What do we want? So, there's only 2 types of districts that I can get at the moment, but unlock new districts in the research tree. Yep, we'll get to that in just a second. A green park square combos with all of these buildings that you can see on the left here. A display square combos with the buildings that you can see on the left over there. I think given what we've got in this one, we're going to build this one into a green park square, which I think is the right thing to do. And this one we can make into a display square. I guess that's what we'll sort of try and make happen. Now, districts kind of cool because you can effectively upgrade them, right? You can get different sort of prerequisites, district buildings, number of positions, picker's cabin, arborist's workshop, etc. So effectively, we are able to get multiple sort of like little sessions of points here. So picker's cabin and an arborist workshop will give us a certain number of points when completed towards progressing to the sort of next tiers of the district. So we want to, you know, basically make sure that we're lining up stuff in here. An infirmary, a pharmaceutical factory. I mean, can we research the infirmary right now? It's only going to cost me 20 science points, and it gives us the infirmary. So let's do that, and then let's build the infirmary in this district, because, I mean, this district is absolutely perfect for it. So let's do it. And the arborist's workshop, once that's completed, that's going to count towards what we're after. That's good too. Giant fungus. You love to see it. Trimming will give us toxic water. That's new. And also ripping out will give us mushrooms. Well, we kind of knew that. So there we go. Anyway, straw tree, a little bit of extra info. Pruning the branches will give us branches. Who'd have thunk it? That's looking good. The Founders Square is built. And we can move this into a display square, which is exactly what I'm interested in doing. Very, very interested in doing. And this will be the area that we build industrial stuff, basically. Ooh, the kitchen. The kitchen would be better served if it's up there. Well, that's not a problem. We can move the kitchen relatively easily. Sure. Let's rip out this... Let's rip out all of these mushrooms. We're probably going to need more mushrooms anyway. I don't know how many we have. Oh my goodness, look at how they spread. They're just everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Picker's cabin. Do I want to get more? How many boreal rocks do we have? 63. We're getting a lot of boreal rocks kind of soon. So we'll continue to destroy these things here, because they, the rocky emanation effectively gives these little rocky amalgams out every now and again, which is fine. Right. Everybody, we're fine for knowledge. I mean, what do I need to move into? That's what we need. We need to move the field. We need to move the field lab over here in order to get knowledge up to where it needs to go. That's going to get us over the top. We've not actually wasted any time with this. It's fine. Riverbank fingers. That's good to know. Hatted tree. That's grand. Yeah, we need the adjacency bonus from the field lab in order to progress to the next level. But in order to progress to the next level of missions, it's not like it has made a huge difference, though. It's actually completely fine. Right, now people are happy. Everybody is knowledgeable, which is great. A drive for renewal. Okay, we need to try and explore a new area and find a new tablet. Right, well, it's a good thing that we have got the ability to do just that. Right, a swamp. We're going to go and send some people over here. Let's go and do it. Okay, that's looking good. Let's get people assigned over here. Get mushroom soup started. Great. How many people have I got? 18 people at work. That's fine. Arborist's workshop. We'll get one person working there. What do we want to do? Do we want to pick anything? It's got a larger sort of pick radius, so it means that we could effectively deprioritize the picker's cabin. But pruning is a brand new skill that we can undertake. Alternatively, if it's not pruning, it is notching. This is really brand new. So we can notch all of these mushrooms, get toxic water, but we really don't need toxic water. I'll leave this arborist's workshop here for now. Sort of let it roll. Pockets of life. Collect some water, collect some plants. We're actually fine for water, so I'll collect the plants. And we will send people to the swamp as soon as we get the ability to do so. Right, explore the new area. We'll work on finding this tablet. That's great. So, yeah, other cool thing about districts, we can actually expand them. So at the moment, you can see that we have this sort of area over here. We've actually just hit, by the way, we've actually just hit 350 points because we have maxed out the picker's cabin and the arborist's workshop. Scent garden, plant nursery, agricultural farm. Is there anything that I can get that would allow me to do this? Refrigerated houses, tool production. We're going to need tool production in just a sec. Supply chain. I'll get that too. Okay. I'm going to get tool production set up quite simply because I know we're going to need it. So tools are really, really useful. Not only, well, in fact, principally for unlocking research, which is really good, but they're also useful for a couple of different things. Field lab. Is there any more exploration to be doing? Yes, there is. Or research to be doing, I should say. Surface analysis. That's what we like to see. It's good. And the world map. Go back to the world map as soon as we possibly can. There we go. And the swamp is ready to explore. We're going to send people over there, which is great. Okay, so my people are reasonably happy. We're only in cycle 4, so we're moving towards the next cycle. Everybody's got an infirmary. We've got somebody working in the infirmary. We're building a forge. We're going to start making tools. We're completing research. The bunch tree, great. More intel on that. That is all fine. I'm happy with this. Okay, there's a big old number at the top of the screen here. This is city prosperity. It's fine. It's a little sort of breakdown of exactly how prosperous my entire sort of operation is. The forge is useful. It can make 2 different types of things. It can make tools, clean water cooling, and stone crafting. Yeah, so it can make tools from water and branches, which is great. Or it can make tools from clean water and branches, or it can make tools from stone crafting. Alternatively, we've got stone that we can make over here. Now, I want water and stone, I think. Yeah, we got plenty of stone. Expedition has reached its destination. I will approach. One of the explorers is able to observe a massive algae up close. Try and grab them with bare hands. 2 explorers went missing plus 1 tablet. Well, you know, kind of mission accomplished, I suppose. Also, this is not connected. There we go. So yeah, my display square, what else do you need? You need a foundry, a T-bar, a canteen, small warehouse, water tower. So some of the basics we could get set up in there if we wanted to. Oh yeah, I was explaining how we have... Yeah, sorry, my bad. Didn't mean to destroy people's hopes and dreams there, but that's fine. Either way, send an expedition to observation tower. Right, I will do that. Is that here? I think that's here. I will do that. However, what I need to do first... is explain, yeah, the expansion process. So we can actually upgrade the district. So confirm purchase, yes. And this is going to allow us to effectively add an extra, like, marker to the district. So straw tree, cinder sprout. Yeah, there's not a huge amount of extra stuff that we can add here that I'd want to add in here. But we can effectively add... this, so this can now be added to the district, and the starting stock counts for something that's very, very close. Okay, I need to get 9 houses. If I get 9 houses, then we're actually going to be able to level ourselves up. Can I get more advanced houses? I'm in the dry season, and yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about environmental challenges. We're in the dry season. These rustic tents are now just going to be far too hot. So, assignment tower, we don't need to worry about that at the moment. Let's go into the research tree. Let's have a little look at what it is to get a house. A refrigerated house that's perfect. We need 10 tools. Are we making tools? We should be making tools. We are. Are we making them in a decent enough quantity? I hope so. Yeah, we've literally just unlocked the tools that we need. So let's get the refrigerated houses, and that's going to give us 3 options on how we want to make the houses. So stone house with bricks and bark. Stone houses with bricks and branches. Or stone houses with stone and that is processed timber. So if we wanted to get that third variety, we'd need to get ourselves the lumber mill first to make boards. Produces boards from branches and resin, or bark and resin. That's the latter 2 of the options over there. So I think what we do is we actually jump the forge into stone cutting. And in fact, I really should plan ahead and get myself a secondary forge here. But the good news is that if we build some stone houses in some strategic places with bark and with stone, then we can actually take advantage of the fact that we do need to get additional housing in this area anyway. We'll get started. There we go. Get rid of these nonsense giant fungi. Get rid of them. And yeah, so a secondary forge right over here would be quite nice. Yeah, suffered heat exhaustion because their housing was too hot. I'm working on it. But we do have the ability to treat heat exhaustion now. It's just water? Oh no, sorry, it's just cooling bombs. Cooling bombs we do have in some quantity. They're produced in a pharmaceutical factory, and I don't think we have a pharmaceutical factory quite yet. We can get it though, quite easily, and we can build it in this district as well, so I guess I might as well. Build it right behind the pharmacy, sure. Hospitality rules. Have a culture of at least 4, have knowledge of at least 4. So, much in the same sense that I need to adjust my field lab in order to ensure that everybody was covered with knowledge, we probably need to do something similar to make sure that everybody's covered with culture, but we don't actually have any sort of cultural buildings yet. I don't believe, anyway. How's this all looking? Stone house is looking fine. Did I build this cellar? No, I haven't built the cellar yet. There you go. Build the cellar over there. We get through here. Bit of a messy road, but actually fine, all things considered. And water water tower. Let's get that right there. Brilliant. Okay. We probably are a little short of people just to go and build stuff for us, but let's cut down the number of people that we have working in all of these buildings. Let's cut out completely the number of people that we have working in the field lab. Probably don't need as many people working in the pontoon as we currently do. So that should free up a lot more people to move a lot more resources around the map, which is really, really quite important. Extend that. What the heck? Petrified giant. Yeah, let's rip you out. Sorry, didn't see you. Didn't see you there, buddy. Right, heat exhaustion continues to ravage my people. The good news is, though, is that we have at least light at the end of the tunnel for some of the people, anyway. So prioritize this. Prioritize this. That's great. It's not like I don't care about the forge. The forge is really, really important. It's just not as important at the present moment. The pharmaceutical factory is almost done too. That's looking and feeling great. How much water do we have in the water storage tower here? 143, and we only wish for 100. That's fine. Let's store water, and let's try and store 60. This cellar, we can now have water to be able to distribute to people. That's great. One person in the forge, make tools, stone crafting. That's grand. We need more stone. Whoa. Deprived of places to accommodate them, children wander around building sites that are forbidden to them. I didn't realize I had any housing issues. Okay, well, that kind of sucks, but hey-ho. We move on. Pharmaceutical factory, I'd like to make a cooling balm, please. We need seeds. How do we get seeds? Seeds are from... which plant? Which plant is it? This one? Nope. It's one of these bad boys. Not the cinder sprouts. I'll know it when I see it. Yeah, it's the riverbank. That's it. So if we notch the riverbank fingers. It's a new season. 6 new children. There we go. Notch the riverbank at the arborist's workshop. Finally giving it a job after all this time. What's no clean water in nearby storage? Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer, to be honest. I did say that we didn't need any more water, but I might have misspoken there. We may very well need to get... some more stuff. Get that ripped out. And get that in place over there. Good. Okay. We need lots and lots more stone. And in fact, we need so much stone that I'm thinking I could rip out these petrified giants. So once they're gone, right? And we've currently got a big load up there. We're picking this bunch over here. We set up a new picking zone. Yeah, I mean, that'll get a few more. We don't want to pick, though. We want to trim. Yeah, that'll get a few more. We'll do that. We'll pick those petrified giants up there. That's fine. You're still needing seeds. Rip out that. Rip out these 2 petrified giants. It's not going to get us much more, but it's fine. Rip out this little guy. Thank goodness for this rocky emanation. It's giving us so many rocks. An abandoned sand harvester. Okay, cool building. Not much that I can do with it, I don't think. Forge, one making tools, the other making stone bricks. That's great. 10 tools at the moment. That's fine. Everybody seems pretty chill. Oh, yeah, that's, what is that? That's well-being. We still don't have a building for social yet, do we? No. So social we get from tables. Can I get those tables? Aha. Yes, we can, but we need 10 boreal rocks. And that is the absolute bane of my existence. Right, destroy these petrified giants. Because I am impatient. Don't destroy those ones. We might need those ones later. Where does that leave us? 4 boreal rocks? That it? Kind of thought we'd have a few more than that. Put both of these on pause because, quite frankly, I want to use the rocks for someone else. Right. Unlock the tables. That gives us some social stuff. It's quite a small area of effect. Right. That's quite a lot of society that's going to be built there. It's just a simple little bench, but it's at least going to give people something. Have culture of at least 4. What is this? Social. Nice. And culture, I mean, I don't know what we do for culture. A building that we don't have, apparently. That's a much better place for it. I don't know why I just didn't do that in the first place. Either way. People are sufficiently socialed now, so you know what? I'm not even going to bother with you. That's completely fine. Right, culture, there is more stuff in the tech tree that I probably could get. Anything immediately apparent? No. Cultivate civil engineering we can do. That's going to give me heritage points. Okay, let's get that built. And protects from shade. That gives shade, shadow. Unlocks new ways to increase culture in the city. That's what we're after. We need heritage points. Okay, so that means we need to build ourselves the Hall of Wisdom. Where do we want to build that? Here's not a bad place, but it doesn't fit. Yeah, that's not too bad. My goodness gracious me. We are so desperate for more rocks, aren't we? The problem is that if I rip these things out, we don't get them back. That's the real crux of the problem. Right, Hall of Wisdom is just about finished here. We're able to assign people, and we're able to nab ourselves some heritage points. Now, if you'll recall, we needed, what, 20 heritage points in order to get the hanging tapestries, which would give us some culture. We presumably, yeah, we need 100 heritage points for Observation Square and the Monument Square, which are the center of the Observatory District and the Monument District, respectively. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I do indeed like the Hall of Wisdom. Anyway, ladies and gents, we're actually going to wrap things up right about now. Synergy. Good game. I like it. I like the district system. There was a few other sort of changes to satisfaction as well, which sort of went along with this update. You can check out the update. It is live as of today on the main branch of the game. You can check the game out for 30% over on Steam. Thank you ever so much for watching, folks. I'll catch you next time. Bye.